What is up? What is going on, everybody? Yes, you are getting a 2-for-1 tonight. We had the live stream post-game recap, and now we are getting a post-game recap video because I did have a few more thoughts on the game that I wanted to get out. Mariners dropped this one 6-3 to the Dodgers tonight. They fall to 64-63 on the season. I'm not even going to get into the standings right now. It's just a little bit of a mess. Before I get started, as always, do me that favor, like button, smash it. You guys know what helps the channel. Thank you for doing it on the live stream. Comment your thoughts on the game down below. And if you're new here or just lurking, don't forget to hit subscribe. Big thanks to Rooftop for joining me for that live stream. We got to go over some things, get some things off our chest. I did want to make a video, though, because there were just, I don't know, I wanted to get, live streams are tough for me because I always feel like I just rant in them and I don't really have any substance to them. So I wanted to go ahead and still do the post-game recap for this one. And the frustrations just continue to mount. You know, this won't be a super long video, but the Mariners jump out 3-0 early. I thought Walker Buehler was really bad tonight for the Dodgers. And they had opportunities for more runs. He only struck out one batter over 4 innings, which against the Mariners is probably some sort of record for lowest strikeouts ever against this ball club, especially the 2024 team. I thought there were more runs out there for the ball club. They couldn't add them. They have the 3-0 lead. Bryce Miller's pitch count mounts up, gives up the back-to-back home runs, or at least I think it was a home run out and a home run. Pitch count mounts up, only gets through 4 innings. Colin Snyder was fantastic out of the bullpen. And again, it's just, you know, I didn't even so much really mind what Scott did tonight. It's just, again, the right buttons not being pushed again. And it's not so much, I shouldn't say the right buttons. It's just that no matter what button he pushes, it doesn't work out. Going to Saucedo against Max Muncy, didn't hate it. It wasn't a bad spot for Saucedo. 2 outs, nobody on. You just got to get the 1 out. Muncy struggles against lefties. I didn't think that was like the worst spot to go to Sauce. Gets out of it, perfect going to the 7th inning. Leaves Sauce in to face Hernandez and Edman, who Edman gets the double. Hernandez pops up, and then they go to Andres Munoz in the 7th inning. I thought going to Munoz was fine. I didn't really get leaving Sauce in there for the 7th. I thought maybe going to Chargois to start the inning might have been better. It looks like Jimmy Garcia probably wasn't available tonight. You know, I'm not, pitched a lot yesterday. And truthfully, I like Jimmy Garcia a lot, but he's not been great. So Scott goes to Munoz. I want to be fair. I have said on this channel many times that I wish they'd get creative and go to Munoz a little bit earlier in games. Your bullpen's been struggling. The offense isn't hitting. You're not winning games. You've got a tight spot. You had a runner at second with 1 out with Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman due up. I don't have an issue going to your best reliever right there. And Munoz is the best reliever in the bullpen. Now, he did not pitch very well tonight, but he is the best reliever you have. And I'd rather go down sinking in the ship with my best reliever than going to, and I like Chargois. I like Voth. Who else is down there? Colin Snyder, who had already pitched. I like those guys, but I'd rather go down with your best reliever. And that is Munoz, despite not pitching that well tonight. Ohtani hits a line drive that was luckily caught by Turner. Mookie Betts gets the double. And then the 8th inning, Jason Hayward hits the home run. And, it just falls apart. So Munoz probably not available tomorrow. If you're 7 games up in the standings, no, I'm not going to Munoz there. But where they're at, I get it. But it's again, right? Like there's nothing Scott can dial up that is working right now. Every move he makes backfires. And some have been bad. Some have been fine. Again, like I said, you guys know where I'm at. I'm done. I'm done with it. I think we need a new voice in that locker room, but I try to be fair. I didn't have a huge problem with him going to Munoz in that spot. It didn't work out. Offense can't add on any runs. And to me, it's not a matter of what was worse, offense or bullpen. The offense did not do enough. It needed to score more runs in this game. They had opportunities. They had a runner at second and third, 1 out, chance to get that 4th run in there. Couldn't do it. The bullpen has low-key been a big factor in some of these losses recently. It has been a big factor for this team. The offense is the biggest culprit, obviously. I forgot who mentioned in the comments last night. I had said in the video yesterday too, but someone put it perfectly using that word, the culprit, in the comments, and spot on. Offense is still the biggest issue, but the bullpen has low-key been a big factor They've blown some games. Now, those are games the offense should have scored more runs, but the bullpen has cost this team several games here on this road trip. If they just would have done their job, you might have 3 more wins on this trip. That's not letting the offense off the hook. They should be doing more, but bullpen's got to be better too, and it just wasn't tonight. Then you still have more boneheaded mistakes. Dylan Moore was probably picked off first base. I think they got a little lucky that the call was safe and that they stood with the call. Leo Rivas, I have no idea what he's doing in the 9th inning. I don't want to pick on Leo Rivas too much. He's been a nice little addition. Had a hit and a double today, one of the few guys doing anything. But why are you trying to go home on that? Why? What's the purpose of trying to score on that play? There's no purpose to it whatsoever, trying to score there. Your run doesn't matter. In a 4-3 game, I can kind of get it. But in a 6-3 game, it makes no sense. And that to me is more the coaching indictments that I get on. This team is just not playing smart baseball. That to me is a bigger indictment on Scott than the pitching stuff. That can go either way. Munoz gets out of that, pitches a solid 8th, and you turn it over to Voth or Chargois in the 9th. Looks good, right? It's a good decision. Went to Munoz, need to get the big outs, got him, and you win. Didn't work out. But the fact that this team continues to have mental errors, the fact that the team just continues to struggle overall, it's the overall body of work. You know, they had a 10-game lead, and now we're getting to September, and I'm kind of checked out. I'm not even that mad. I didn't expect anything different to happen in this game tonight. You know, even at 3-0, even sitting there, I'm kind of watching going, okay, cool. They've got a lead. It just doesn't matter. They can't buy the wins. It literally, I mean, I know it's a cliche, but they cannot buy a win right now. There's not a single button that can be pushed. Let's look at the box score here real quick, and then I will go ahead and get out of here. Bryce Miller, 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Thought Bryce Miller actually looked all right. The biggest issue is just the pitch count mounting up, and that obviously hurt the Mariners. You know, that's another thing, too, that I'll defend Scott. And again, I'm not trying to make this a defend Scott. I'm done. There needs to be changes in this offseason, barring like a miracle World Series run or something, and the only reason I say that is if that happens, they're not going to make changes, but I'm done. But Miller pitch count getting up there forced the bullpen, everybody kind of go 1 inning up a little bit too. If Miller goes 5, that Munoz appearance is probably in the 8th inning, which is a little bit easier to stomach there, right? You're 4 or 5 outs away. I thought Miller threw the ball okay, just a lot of pitches. The pitch that he used to strike out Ohtani in the first inning was nasty. Again, just need a little more length. I think there's just a lot of foul balls. It adds up, you know, the wear and tear on it. So, unfortunately, Miller just not able to go very deep in the game. Colin Snyder was fantastic. Just continues to be, I'll kind of call it this year's Justin Topa, probably even better. Inning in 2/3 with no hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Snyder has been absolutely I cannot say enough good things about Colin Snyder. I'll give him the MVP of the game if that's something I ever did in these post-game recaps. Snyder was absolutely fantastic. Saucedo did a good job to get Muncy. Edmund got him. He got Hernandez to pop up. I don't know. I don't know what to make. I mean, I guess he was fine. You don't want to give up that double there. I probably wouldn't have left Sauce in. That would be the one that I would criticize, was leaving Sauce in for the 7th. That to me was the bigger issue than going to Munoz. Munoz was bad. Listen, at the end of the day, a lot of it still falls on players, right? They've got to get the outs, and Munoz goes inning and a third, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Both got a third of an inning done and got the out. We can sit here and blame Scott, and he deserves a lot of it, but the players have got to be better, and Andres Munoz is capable. He is capable of getting out of those situations. Yes, he went up against the best, but he was not sharp. Ohtani hit a line drive. Luckily, it was caught. Got to get Betts out there with 2 outs. Got to find a way to do it. Munoz struggled. Munoz was one of the reasons they lost this game today. I love Andres Munoz, but he's had a couple, right? To give the home run to Javi Baez, who is not very good, and a home run to Jason Hayward, who is not very good. Now, maybe Munoz was left in a little bit long, but I think it was just a matter of we're going down with the best reliever at that point. So didn't have a problem with it. Like I said, I'd rather die with my best weapon in my hand. You know what I mean? If I'm in a battle, and Munoz is the best reliever on this team. So I don't have a problem with it, but just more frustrating results offensively. Victor Robles was 2 for 4, but then left with an injury because, anytime somebody on this team gets going a little bit, they're out. Robles actually had little bit better road trip since Pittsburgh had a nice double and then the bunt single. Julio 0 for 4. Cal had a nice game, was 2 for 4. Luke Raley was 0 for 1, did walk twice. Rosarina can't buy a hit now. He was 0 for 3 with a walk. Polanco had a nice game, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a walk. Definitely starting to get to the point where I'd consider picking up Polanco's option for 2025. But then you got to figure, like, is this coaching staff? I mean, not coaching staff, excuse me, because that really doesn't matter. But is the front office going to be back? Or do they even have the green light to make that decision right now? But definitely something this team will have to consider. I think he swung a good enough bat in the second half that it's something I'd look at. Dylan Moore didn't have an at-bat, but managed to be atrocious in this game. Man, he has been frustrating. And I like Demo as a role player, but he's even losing a little bit of that grace. I mean, he the caught stealing, I guess. Here's the thing. Dylan Moore was sent in there to pinch run, to be the tying run, to hopefully come around on a Haniger double. Now, it's not his fault Haniger struck out, but Demo probably was picked off. They just got the benefit of the call because it was called safe, and then he's caught stealing second. I mean, I can't anymore. It's this team. Mitch Haniger was 0 for 4. Josh Rojas has been atrocious. Was 0 for 4. Leo Rivas, nice game, 2 for 4. The base running blunder. I will say this. They weren't going to win that game, even if Rivas didn't have that base running blunder. So whatever. I don't know anymore. Oh man, is this team even going to finish above 500 now? Man, I was like the eternal optimist. This is my villain arc. This team has begun my villain arc. Oh, that's all I've got. Do me a favor again. Smash that like button. Comment your thoughts. Hit subscribe. Check out the live stream. Again, thanks to Rooftop for coming on. Appreciate that. And I'll be back tomorrow for another post-game recap. I think I'm going to try to get the Mrs. Trident podcast on tomorrow night. We'll see if she's willing to come on. She's smart. She's staying away from this team. She's the smart one. As Wild Boar, my friend, said in the chat in the live stream, we're the sickos still talking about this team. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy it. And as always, go Mariners.